so we're calling fouls. Our judge is not foul, but we think we're doing fouls. All right, we're ready to go. Quiz number 1 is now open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question: who, according to John chapter 1, verse 15, bear witness of? Interruption.
Of him. John.
That is correct. That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question: John chapter 2, verse 1 mentions what day?
The third day.
That is correct. Question 3 is a quotation question worth 10 points. Question: quote the first question that Nicodemus asked Jesus in verse. Interruption.
In verse 48, John chapter 1. What smells dummy?
That is incorrect. This interrupted quotation question will be read for Hoquiam without interruption. Question: quote the first question that Nicodemus asked Jesus in verse 4 of John chapter 3.
How can a man be born when he is old?
That is correct. Question 4. It is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: according to John chapter 3, verse 20, who hateth what?
Red 2, red 1.
Red 1.
For everyone that doeth evil, hated the light.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question: what part of a shoe is mentioned in verse 20?
Red 1.
Interruption.
In verse 27 of John chapter 1, shoes latchet.
That is correct. Question 6. 2-part question worth 10. Question: John chapter 2, verse 9 states that who called whom?
Red 1.
The governor of the stage called the beggar.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a 2-part question. Clear the buzzer, please. 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: verse 45 of John chapter 1 names who the son of whom?
Red 2.
The Christ, the Son of God.
That is incorrect. Question number 8 is our last 10-point question. Question: the instruction to take these things hence is given to whom?
Yellow 2.
Those that sold those.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a 3-part question worth 20 points. Question: according to which same verse of study, what is flesh and what is spirit?
Red 2.
According to John chapter 3, verse 6, that which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit.
That is correct. Question number 10 is a 20-point question. Question: according to John chapter 3, verse 26, who baptizeth?
Yellow 1.
He that was with thee beyond Jordan, to whom thou bearest witness, behold, the same baptizeth, and all men come.
That is correct. Sorry. Question number 11 is a three-part question. Worth 20 points question. Verse 14 of John chapter 3 records that who lifted up what, where?
Yellow 1.
And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
That is correct. Question number 12 is a quotation question, worth 20 points question. Quote the first question the woman of Samaria asked in John chapter...
Red 1.
Interruption?
In John chapter 4, verse 9. However, the Bethlehem which you asked to drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria, to reduce in the goodness of the Samaritans.
All right. Question number 12 again is a quotation question, worth 20 points question. Blood. Quote the verse.
Yellow 1.
Interruption?
Quote the verse of study that mentions this word, which were born not of blood, nor the will of the flesh, nor the will of man, but of God.
That is correct. All right. Let's go back on the quiz. We'll go to question number 13. It is a two-part question, worth 20 points question. What question did Jesus ask his mother as recorded in which verse of John?
Red 2.
Interruption?
Chapter 2. Woman, what have I to do with thee? John chapter 2, verse 4.
That is correct. Question number 14 is a cross-reference two-part question worth 20 points question. The prophet Elias is named in how many verses?
Yellow 1.
Interruption?
How many verses of study? And what are they? John chapter 1, verse 21, and John chapter 1, verse 25, and there too.
That is correct. Question 15. 15, sorry. 15 is a two-part question, worth 20 points question. As recorded in the first two verses of study, the word,
Red 1.
interruption,
The Word was with whom? When? God in the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God.
that is incorrect. It's interrupted. Two-part question will be reread for Grande 3 without interruption question. As recorded in the first two verses of study, the word was how many things and what are they?
Yellow 2.
In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Same as in the beginning with God. There are two.
That is incorrect. 16. Question 16 is a quotation completion question, worth 20 points question. No man,
Red 1.
interruption,
No man has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, who hath declared him.
that's correct. Question 17 is a 20-point question. Verse 26 of John chapter 1 states that John said what?
Yellow 1.
is incorrect. Question number 18. Time is in. And we'll go to question number 18. It's a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points question. Quote the two verses of John chapter 4 that conclude with the words living,
Red one,
interruption,
living water. Jesus answered and said to her, Verily, verily, I say to you, is under
that is incorrect. It's interrupted, quotation cross-reference. Will be reread for the round without interruption. Question. Quote the two verses of John chapter 4 that conclude with the words living water. Nobody wanted that one, huh? Time out, 60 seconds, Hoquiam. Don't have Facebook. Time is in. We'll go to question 19. It is a four-part question worth 30 points. Question. Who is described as a ruler of whom and a man of whom in which verse of
yellow one,
interruption?
In which verse of study? John chapter 2, verse 9, when the ruler of the feast had tasted the water, that was new wine, and knew not whence it was. But the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom.
That is incorrect. This interrupted question will be reread for Hoquiam without interruption. Four parts. Question. Who is described as a ruler of whom and a man of whom in which verse of study?
red two,
Nicodemus.
Ruler of the Jews, men of the Pharisees. John chapter 3, verse 1.
That is correct. Go to question 20. This is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question. The Jews Passover was at hand, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Quote the two verses following this one.
red one,
In front of the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves, and the changers of money sitting, and when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money and other goods at tables.
Very good. That is correct. We have a winner. All right, let's give both teams a hand. All right, we're calling for Meridian 2 on the red buzzer and the Grande 4 on the yellow. And we would like the Calgary coach to come up and help us judge if possible. Results of the last quiz, the winning team was Hoquiam with 150, the Grande with 70. Second highest scoring individual with 65 points was Naomi, and the highest score with 75 was Joy. Let's give them a hand.